Today was my sister's engagement party, engaged to my ex-boyfriend. Yeah, you heard me right. My ex. What a joke that was. And I was glad to have my girlfriends around me, helping me get over it. They say I dodged a bullet. I agree with them, stupidly. I prefer to leave them over the excuses my ex made. I had to move out of my home after I had a massive fight with my parents a few days ago. When the truth was exposed, they supported her, not me. And the next thing I knew, I was out the door and the evil sister. The engagement party was intended to introduce him to her friends and make the relationship official, but I was not invited. I made them all uncomfortable, considering he was my boyfriend first. Anyone working out the timeline for the baby can piece it together and see they were cheating on me. It would have been awkward and too many questions would have been raised. So I was kicked out of the house and only had a short time to pack anything. I took the opportunity to sneak into the house and take more of my possessions, like opening my father's safe and grabbing every piece of paper relating to me, and a little money too. No, a lot of money, and Grandma's jewelry that she left me. With the help of my BFF, we packed my belongings and figured out what to do. Today, I am moving into my new place, a flat above the bike shop where I work. I am in my final year of apprenticeship, and I am a motorcycle mechanic. Proud of it, I might add. I can also work on cars and trucks. I always could, thanks to my knack for it, which I developed since I was 8, when I fell in love with engines. My grandpa taught me, kept me out of everyone's way. I guess you could say I was a tomboy with no frills and lace. My grandpa kept me sane and busy, so the BS in our house didn't hurt me as much. My BFF, Jenny, was helping me take my belongings upstairs when a group of bikers arrived and assisted us. Thanks, guys, for the help, I said sweetly.
We got a party at the clubhouse tomorrow, Saturday. You should come and relax a bit. Bring your girls with you.
Bruiser suggested as he threw his arm over my shoulder, walking me to the settee, pushing me down, and handed me a beer they had brought with them. This was how they acted around me, ordered me about. Sometimes I'm okay with it, other times I get all worked up and growl back at them. Today was acceptance. I know they mean well, and I feel lucky to have them as family. They try to make me feel better.
That sounds like a blast. Count me in. And I can bring 2 other girlfriends with us. Max, do you want me to pick you up?
My BFF Jenny offered, taking a beer from one of the guys. She was not a beer drinker. However, in this situation, I could see her refusing nothing they offered. I guess I'm going whether I want to or not. No, I'll ride over, I replied as one of the guys ordered pizza.
That's the spirit. Nothing like the wind in your hair to blow the cobwebs away.
They stayed because they want to make sure I had everything I needed. They found out about my situation the next day because I was still quiet at work, which was not like me. Often I'm singing to the radio or swearing at something, so one of the guys approached me to find out what gives, and I softly told them what went down. And when word got around, they came to me like protective brothers. Now I have a whole group of bikers who have my back. I feel privileged to call them friends. They even offered to rough up the ex for me, but I refused the offer because, strangely, I was happy to get rid of the loser if he was a cheating bastard. Plus, I was in deep enough shit with my parents and sister without making it worse. It was late. My BFF left for home, and the guys did too.
Hey, don't forget to come. We need our prettiest mechanic at the party. Some of the boys might need a tune-up.
Bruiser said with a laugh as they climbed onto their bikes and left. I know what sort of tune-up he was talking about, and it had nothing to do with a motor. I looked around my new home. It wasn't much, but it was all mine. Turned off the alarm, turned on the coffee pot, the radio, and headed to my workstation where the fat boy was waiting for me to finish. I sat down on the stool with casters and began my job. I installed the new spark plugs and double-checked the oil. Once finished, I started the bike up. It sounds lumpy, like it was just turning over perfectly.
That's a sound I love to hear as I enter work.
My boss, Mike, said as I turned the bike off. It's ready to go, unless you want to take it out for a test ride.
Sure,
He smirked as he grabbed the bike. I opened the garage door and Mike took off. I smiled as he disappeared down the street. The sound of the bike returning prompted me to head back. Mike had a massive grin on his face as he parked the bike.
Great job. You are a top mechanic, but don't tell anyone or I'll have to deny it.
He joked.
I hear you've been invited to the club party tonight.
Yep.
You can leave now. We have no more customers expected. Good job today.
Thanks, boss. I saluted him and rushed upstairs before he could change his mind. Giggling all the way up, I heard him chuckling as he locked the door below, behind me. I decided on a quick shower. I didn't want to smell of oil when going to a party. Put on my skinny black jeans, a black blouse. The last thing I grabbed before leaving was my jacket. My mom used to grumble that I wasn't like my sister and put more effort into my appearance. But I like who I am, and I didn't like wearing lots of makeup. It was my choice, and I feel that I'm not a frilly, lacy chick. It was a deal breaker with my mom. She had my sister dress up and left me in the care of Grandpa until he died when I was 17. It broke me when he left the world. He was the only person who got me. My grandma had been gone since I was young, and I filled the hole in his heart with my love for bikes and fishing. He left me his money and bikes. Dad got his house and business. My mom hated that I gained all that money. I ate something before my phone chimed to let me know my girlfriends were on their way to the party. I pulled my bike out of the small garage and started it up. 10 minutes later, I came up behind the girls and hung out behind them. My friend waved me on to take the lead. I shrugged and overtook her. The turn-off arrived. An open, large steel gate appeared. Men stood by the entrance, watching us arrive.
Who invited you here?
The man asked gruffly in a deep, husky voice. Bruiser. He pulled out his phone and called, I assume, Bruiser.
Max?
He asked as he looked at me questioningly, and I nodded.
Come in. The car behind your girls.
Yup, I replied, not at all liking how he intimidated me with his manner. Perhaps it was the way they greeted strangers. One look makes the weak run. Well, I am not weak, and I won't be running. This rather large biker leaned in to look inside the car, his bulky figure partially blocking the open window, causing the girl nearest it to back away. Satisfied, he looked at me with a knowing smirk, then motioned for us to enter. I parked the bike with the others, climbed off, and took off my helmet. Bruiser came out of the clubhouse behind me.
Max, you came by bike. Sweet.
He gave me a gentle squeeze and moved to take a closer look at my bike. The paint job was a wolf, fading into smoke. It took me months to finish, as I kept changing my mind, and the smoke obscured the mistakes.
Who did the paint job?
Me. I was proud of the results.
Does Mike know you can paint?
He never asked who did the paintwork, just that he liked it.
Sweet. We have a family reunion in a few weeks, and the ladies are invited to come along. You can join us.
Bruiser offered as my ladies arrived. I assumed they were not included in that invitation. Bruiser, you already met Jenny and Alice, BFF to my sister. Adding that comment, hoping that Bruiser knew precisely what that woman was like.
Ladies, hands out.
Bruiser stamped the girls' backs of their hands. They all had a beer, except Alice, who had a rabbit on her hand. I frowned, trying to figure out what the rabbit was all about. He pushed my hand away.
You are family. No need for a stamp.
I couldn't stop the smile that crossed my face. I felt so special. Then the shoe dropped.
Come inside and meet the old ladies.
I understood what he meant. These were ladies who had been claimed and had a different level of respect that those not claimed would never understand. We entered the place. Inside was cleaner than I had expected, Styx. I greeted her as we got closer to the ladies Bruiser was taking us to.
Hey, how's it blowing?
She stood up and pulled me into a warm embrace. Styx was the president's. Her real name was Sandra, but she had no shape to her body, just a lovely beanpole. Yet she had had 2 boys, hence the name Styx. Doing better, I replied. She would know what was going on. She introduced us to the other ladies with her, and it didn't surprise me that Alice had already moved away from us before we had finished the introductions.
What's her story?
Styx asked as she watched Alice start to try her luck with the clubmen. Same as my sister. Bruiser put a rabbit stamp on her hand. Styx and the other girl roared out laughing.
And kicked to the side by the time the night is over. And I doubt they would let her back in. The regulars are not gonna like her working their turf, so to speak.
Tootsie said with a smirk that the regulars know the rules and stick with them. Don't approach a patch member. If interested, they will come to you. Don't touch a taken member. The women will gang up and make your life miserable. No going upstairs uninvited. Don't touch or sit on someone's bike unless you are given permission. The patched old ladies are the bosses of the girls. They tell you to do something and you do it. There were more rules for the girls visiting. None had applied to me until now. Alice had already broken at least 3 to my knowledge. I'm staying out of it. The doors were open to let the other girls in. They looked at us in the no-go zone and pouted. Sticks were offered, and before I knew it, we were walking down a small pathway. There was a workshop here, where men were working on their bikes. They looked up at us when we entered and frowned.
Who's this, Sticks? Tanks POV. Like my brother, we're both large men. He's 6 feet 6 inches tall, and I'm 6 feet 8 inches tall. He's carrying extra weight, where I'm all muscle. I pride myself on keeping in shape. No matter how much I want to, I can't. I never want to go through that again. When I heard someone enter, and a soft perfume that shouldn't be in this shed hit my nose. Who's this, Sticks? The most beautiful girl I've ever seen had entered our sanctuary.
That's Max from the shop. Max Apprentice.
Banjo said, as he moved forward to greet them. The others stood up and moved forward too, making me feel like a dill for not recognizing Max. Although I've only seen her a few times from a distance, and she was usually deep in bike repair, I barely got to see her face. We've not been introduced, because I wouldn't have forgotten that beauty if I had. I put the thoughts of what I wouldn't mind doing to her behind me. Max, come look at this wreck. I'm stuck with what to do next. I called her over.
Tank, she came for the party, not to work.
Sticks grumbled as Max walked to me. She was clean and smelled nice, and I had a fleeting moment of guilt for calling her over.
Max, are you sure?
Sticks pulled on her hand to get her attention.
Yeah, I'm more at home in here than out there.
Max said with a smile, and turned back to me.
What's the problem?
I went into detail about what happened to the bike, what I'd managed to do so far. Max removed her leather jacket and slung it over a nearby bike seat, then squatted down. For the next 2 hours, Max worked on the bike with me, guiding me through the tricky bits I couldn't do. The others came forward and used this time as a sort of training session, and Max didn't seem to mind at all.
Hey, Max.
Bruiser called out at the door.
Back here!
She returned to the call of her name. He arrived and burst out laughing at us.
Max, I invited you to a party. You know, dancing and drinking and socializing. This is not what I meant as a party.
He was still chuckling when the Prez walked in, with Sticks on his arms.
You still got her working out here?
Stick all but growled at us. What? I was confused. Max didn't seem to mind, and we all were having a good time out here.
Hey, Prez, the party over?
Max calmly asked, but it sounded more like she had hoped it was.
Not even close, babes.
The Prez answered with a smile. He'd often talked about the female mechanic and her sassy ways. I thought he was exaggerating, but after spending a little time with her, I was hooked. We've nearly completed the repair job on Spider's bike. If we can have Max here for a few days, I bet we could hit the road by the end of the week. I said it as it was my way of asking her to stay for a while and fix the bike. Spider was almost healed and ready to get back on his own bike.
Would have to ask Mike about that. I don't get involved with his employees.
Prez replied contemplatively. You here?
Yep, came half an hour ago.
Stick answered, as she handed Max a bottle of water.
Max, if Mike's okay with it, would you work with us for a week? Get some of these ready for the weekend ride?
Sparks asked, and I kicked myself for not considering that she might not want to spend a week here.
Sure, if Mike doesn't need me, we have several bikes in for service before the ladies run.
Her sweet voice carried across the warehouse, and the guys nodded in understanding.
Thanks, babes.
Spike called out. Each one of us here enjoyed that she worked on our bikes. It might sound odd that we're letting a chick touch our bikes, but Max was not like most chicks. Max knows what she's doing, and has proven herself on numerous occasions. I wish I had known how attractive she was. Man, I had a semi since she walked in the door. She was fun. Had me chuckling a few times, but most of the time in here, she'd been all about the bikes. They see the glamour of the lifestyle. But it's not for everyone.